Good morning. Good morning, my fellow workers. As well as our partner, the representative factor, who represent this meeting conference. So, today, we'll be having our meeting conference for the three civil works. No? The first order of our business will be the reading of our attendance by Sarah Franco Appropriation.
Thank you, sir. Sir, for today's activity, privy conference of 3 civil works project. This is the attendance. For our back numbers, we have our presiding officer, our back chairperson, assistant district engineer, Engineer David Rabado. Our back vice chairperson, the chief of the quality assurance section, Engineer Cynthia Langka. Our back regular member, the chief of the construction section, Engineer Pinky Sturuin. Our back regular member, the chief of the administrative section, Sir Gerald Dalino. Our back provisional member, assistant chief of the construction section, Engineer Ronaldo C. Gorjano Jr. Our back regular member, the chief of the planning and design section, Engineer Abdul Rodin Patuan. Our back provisional member, our NTC representative for civil works, Engineer Johaira Magarang. For our back technical working group, headed by Engineer Al-Rafi Kimamao, represented by the back TWG members, namely Engineer Albert Q. Pakliba, Ma'am Maribel B. Ilian, and Ma'am Dena Rose Vista. For our back secretariat, represented by the back secretariat members, yours truly, Franco Valorizo, and Mr. Alan M. Freno, Sir Alan Freno. For our observers, we have invited observers, but none has wala pa pong dumarating. And also we have from our planning design section, Ma'am Sarah G. Makasigdig will be in charge of the discussion later on the details of the projects to be built. So that's it for the attendance, sir.
Okay, thank you, Sir Franco. So, let's now proceed to our next order of our business. Sir Franco, I would like to ask to you, there will be an opening or okay. So I would like to again greet our presenter and our members of the back secretariat and the back members. So welcome to this our private conference. Now I now officially open this private conference. Then I would like also to request Ms. Engineer Sarah Jane Makasindig for the presentation of the project to be bid. So, sige, thank you, ma'am, and sirs.
To our Assistant District Engineer, David Rabado, to the back members, DPWH staff who are in attendance, to our viewers, good morning. By the way, I am Sarah Jane Makasindig from PDS section. Today, I will be discussing to you the 3 MPD projects. First, we have the 25MH0045 construction completion of multi-purpose building Barangay Kanulay, Bagumbayan, Sultan Kudarat with an APC of 3 million and the duration of 90 calendar days. For the project at Kanulay, Bagumbayan, Sultan Kudarat, it is intended for a two-story building. Here you can see the perspective view of the building, the site development plan and the location map. Here we have the floor plan of the ground floor. This project is only phase 1, which together with its description. Next, we have the ground floor reflected ceiling plan, the detail for the canopy, the tables, and the ramp. Next, we have the foundation plan here, the details of our column footing 1 to C1 and footing 2 C3, and we also have here the detail for the wall footings, the schedule or the details of our columns and FTVs, and the detail of stair on field. Next, we have here the detail or the typical detail of our slab, the typical detail of our beam, and the typical detail of our columns, and the details of our beam 1, 2, and 3. Next, we have here the detail for our stairs here, from ground floor to second floor. We have also here the construction journal notes for our guidance. Next, for our plumbing works, we have here the water line layout plan, sanitary layout plan, and drainage layout plan together with its isometric views. Next, we have the detail for our septic bolts and the detail of our catch basin, and the details for our spot details for the horizontal to vertical connection of our PVCs. Next, we have for the electrical works, we have here the power layout plan and lighting layout plan. And here we have the schedule of loads, the one-line diagram, and the electrical riser diagram. We have also here the details for references for our air conditioning units, the details for our outlets and lightings. Next, we have here the fire extinguisher layout plan with its detailed quantities and fire extinguisher detail. Next, for the summary of quantities, we have the provision of field office for the engineers, permits and clearances, project billboard / signboard, occupational safety and health, mobilization / demobilization, structure excavation, common soil, embankment from roadway / structure excavations, common soil, embankment from barrow, common soil, gravel fill, structural concrete, reinforcing steel grade 40 and grade 60, formworks and false works, CHB non-load bearing including reinforcing steel 150 mm thick, carpentry and joinery works, finishing hardware, aluminum frame glass doors, wing type, and aluminum glass windows, sliding and fixed type. Doors, flash, ceiling 4.5 mm fiber cement board and metal frame, waterproofing on the second floor, and we have here the unglazed tiles, cement plaster finish, painting works for masonry / concrete, structural steel, fire extinguisher, sewer line works, and septic bolt and plumbing works, cold water lines, and for electrical we have the conduits, boxes, and fittings, wires and wiring devices, panel board with main and branch breakers, and lighting fixtures. For the this stage, we have the geohazard map, and lastly, we have the project billboard for DPWH and DEO. For our next project, we have here the 25MH0065 construction completion of multi-purpose building, Gymnasium, Barangay Sabanal, Kalamansig, Sultan Kudarat, with an ABC of 2 million and with the duration of 90 calendar days. This project is intended for the completion of the Gymnasium of Barangay Sabanal, which focused on the construction of their stage. This is the perspective view of the stage, the location map, and the site development plan. For the summary of quantities, we have here the provision of field office for the engineers, rental basis, permits and clearances, project billboard / signboard, occupational safety and health, mobilization / demobilization, structural concretes, common soil, embankment from roadways / structure excavation, common soil, embankment from borrow, common soil, gravel fill, structural concrete, reinforcing steel, grade 40, formworks and false works, CHB non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel 100 mm thick, carpentry and joinery works, cement plaster finish, painting works for steel, fabricated metal roofing accessories, flashing, pre-painted metal sheet, rib type, long span, structural steel for trusses and purlins, metal accessories, metal structural accessories, bolts and rods, and steel plates. For electrical, we have the conduits, boxes and fittings, wire and wiring devices, panel board with main and branch breaker, and lighting fixtures. For this page, we have the floor plan. This stage have the dimension of 8 by 15.5 meters. This is the elevation, the front elevation, and the rear elevation. Next, we have the right side elevation and the left side elevation of the stage. Here. This is the sectional elevation. And we have here the general construction notes. For the next page, we have here the stage foundation plan. Here, the beam layout, the roofing framing plan, and the details of our footing 1, column 1, detail of wall footing, detail of the beams, stair on field, the detail of the roofing fixer, the detail of our sway brace, overlapping and turnbuckles for our roofing. Next, we have here the detail for our rafters here with its descriptions, and the detail of our strut and the detail of our splice for C-purlins and angle bars. For electrical works, we have here the lighting layout plan. Next, we have the power layout plan, and we also have here the load schedule and diagrams. We also have here the electrical riser diagrams and the details of the lightings and outlets for references. Next, we have the geohazard map. And lastly, we have here the DPWH project standard billboard. Next project, we have 25MH 0102 construction completion multi-purpose building gymnasium Barangay Lagubang, Senator Aquino Sultan Kudarat with an ABC of 2,500,000. duration of 90 calendar days. This is the perspective view of the project of our gymnasium. Here, the site development plan and location map. For the summary of quantities, we have the provision of field office for the engineers, permits and clearances, project billboard / line board, occupational safety and health, mobilization and demobilization. For civil, mechanical, electrical, sanitary and / plumbing works, we have here the structure excavation, common soil, embankment from roadway / structure excavation, common soil, embankment from barrow, common soil, and gravel field. For finishing and other civil works, we have the structural concrete, reinforcing steel, the form bars, grade 40, formers, and false works. For the finishing and other civil works, we have carpentry and joinery works, finishing hardware and cement plaster finish. For painting works, we have painting works for steel. For roofing works, we have the fabricated metal roofing accessories, ridge or hip / hip rolls, repainted metal sheet, corrugated, long span, structural steel for trusses and purlins, metal structural accessories, bolts and rods, turnbuckles for bracing, and steel plates. Next, we have here the geohazard map of the project location, and for this page, we have here the floor plan. You can see the existing flooring and the proposed concrete floor slab, which is aligned to the existing floor level of the gymnasium. Next, we have here the side elevation. Here, you can see the additional 2-strand gymnasium. Next, we have the rear and the front elevation and the details for our additional accessories such as the heavy-duty plastic chair and the basketball sets. Next, we have the general construction notes for the foundation plan for this page. Here, the roof plan, the roof framing plan, and we have here the detail for our trusses, the detail of splice plate, the detail of truss connection plate, the detail of our strut, and the detail of our column. Next, we have here also for the detail of the girth and the detail of our footing C1 and the connection details for our roofing works. Lastly, we have here the DPWH and COA project billboard. If there is any question, pwede po kayong tumulong sa PDS for clarification kung may tanong po sa plan. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Sara. I would like to request you to stay for a while para pag-antay ng lives. Dito, yung mga live participant natin sa live stream para may sila katanungan. Well, inulit namin habang we are still on live sa aming live streaming, pwede kayong tanong directly, sasagot namin kayo directly, but then kung after this pre-conference and na-post na yung live streaming po namin, pwede na kayong tanong din, but then through letters na papadala sa amin and sasagutin namin kayo. So next on our agenda, we will be having our documents to be submitted by the bidders, so to be discussed by yours truly. So first, we require the bidders to submit a two envelope system na ano tayo ngayon, yung pinapalo po natin na two envelope system. So meron tayong technical proposal and the financial proposal. So, nag-acknowledge pala yung ating head of the technical working group na kahapon. So, later on, we will be discussing about the DEO 148 na requirement sa mga contractors regarding sa project engineers. So, tuloy ko lang itong documents we submitted by the leaders. Yung control system natin, composed with technical and financial proposal. So, yung technical proposal po natin are comprises of the following. We note this technical proposal as our technical component envelope, which includes contains Class A documents like valid field jet certificate registration, platinum, and also attached with the field jet certificate is yung attached din sa annex A ng field jets, which are yung SAC certificate, yung or DTI for sole proprietorship, or CDA for cooperatives or equivalent document. Next, mayors or business permit issued by the municipality or where the principal place of business of the prospective bidders located, or the equivalent document for exclusive economic zones or area. So take note po, dapat updated po ito. Pag marami po kayong branches, yung main branch, yung principal place of business po ng business permit po ang i-attach natin. Next, yung tax clearance per rule number 398 says 2005 as finally reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Internal Revenue. So yan po yung technical documents. Under the technical documents, ito po yung mga statement of prospective bidder about its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts that not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature, and complexity to the contract to be bid. So, tingnan po that na na-declare niyo po lahat ng inyong ongoing government and private contracts. Meron pong ways na malalaman po ng ating evaluating team or ng technical working group or ng ating PAC yung to verify your experiences. Next, statement of bidder singularly completed contract or SLCC similar to the contract to be bid, except other conditions provided under the rules. So if registered po kayo sa civil works application, so make sure po na updated po yung inyong project completed sa ating civil works application. But then, kung medyo hindi niya pa na-update, but meron na kayong mga the documents or records on your completed contract similar to the contract to be bid, please po i-attach po niyo sa inyong technical documents. Next, the Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board or TCAB license, dapat po nakalagay, updated, or special TCAB license in case of joint ventures, dapat naka-attach po yung joint venture agreement and the registration for the type and cost of the contract to be bid. And next, the original copy of bid security. Take note po na original copy po ng bid security. If in the form of surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission or original copy of notarized bid security declaration. Next, the project requirements. Ano po ito? We shall include the following: the organizational chart for the contract to be bid. Sign po ito, Next, list of contractors, key personnel, example, yung project managers, project engineers, materials engineers, and foremen to be assigned to the contract to be bid with their complete qualification and experience data. May tanong, so kailangan po ba na notaryado? You may opt to use na dapat notaryado po para po yung documents po ninyo is talagang valid for public use, Yun po yung naman kaya paano notaryado na document. Next, list of contractors' major equipment units which are owned, leased, and or under purchase agreement supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment class or vendor for the duration of the project as the case may be. So, yun po, list of contractors' major equipment units. Make sure po na kompleto po yung attachment nito, list of major equipment units natin. Two, ma-support po yung list natin, syempre. Next, as per DEO number 11, series of 2017, the inclusion of the minimum testing materials equipment in the technical component of the bid. So, hindi po yung DEO 11 ang i-attach po natin, kundi yung minimum testing materials which are evaluated or checked by the Quality Assurance IDD Division under the regional offices ng DPWH. So, doon po kayo po pa-certify nito. Next, original duly signed omnibus statement, OSS, and if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture give full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and to actually represent the bidder. So take note po sa ating OSS na ito no, na mini-mention natin. Updated format po dapat ang attach po natin ha. Mayroon na po kaming encounter na hindi po naging successful yung kanyang bid kahit outdated yung attached name, bidder na OSS. Next, under the technical component envelope pa din, meron siyang financial documents. Ito po yung the prospective bidder's audited financial statements, showing among others the prospective bidder's total and current assets and liabilities that receive with the BIR which duly accredited authorized institution for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of the bid submission. Next, the prospective bidder's computation of net financial contracting capacity or NFCC. So, ito pong dalawa, dapat po nagkaalan po ito, no? Titingnan po ito ng ating technical working group. Yung alignment po ng inyong NFCC, doon po sa contract to be bid, which is dapat po meron kayo capacity, no? Para doon sa specific contract ID na sasalihan. Financially. Next, Class B documents, if applicable, duly signed, joint venture agreement, GBA, in accordance with the RA number 4566 and its IRR in case of the joint venture is already in existence, or duly notarized statements from all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and abide with the provisions of the GBA in the instance that the bid is successful. Next, so yun po, yung composition po ng ating technical component envelope or our technical proposal. Next, we will be discussing about the financial proposal or our financial component envelope. So, the bidders should have their original duly signed and accomplished financial bid form. Standard format po itong ating bid form, ano? Wala po is fill up po ninyo doon sa ating pagbibili po kayo ng bidding documents. Fill up nyo po itong bid form natin na standard. And then, make sure na firmado. Next, other documentary requirements under RA number 24, original duly signed bid prices of the bill of quantities, duly accomplished detailed estimates for, including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid, and the state of cash flow by quarter. So,
may emphasize lang ako pakipalik lang sa gusto ko lang emphasize sa technical requirement.
opo, so we'll be babalik tayo sa technical component, technical documents, rather.
Good morning everyone. Ako pala si Head ng Technical Working Group. So, I would just like to emphasize yung mga requirements natin sa technical documents, especially itong statement of the bidder singular responsibility forecast or SLCC. It should be accompanied or be supported with the certificate of acceptance. May DEO na po yan. And dapat yung certificate of acceptance, I would like to point out na kailangan it should be signed by the district engineer. Naka-specify doon na district engineer. Hindi siya pwede sign ng chief of section, our ADE. Kailangan ng district engineer, nasa DEO po yan. So, ang ikalawa gusto ko i-emphasize is yung requirements natin sa project engineer. Sa DEO 148, so basahin nyo lang po ang DEO 148. But we are requiring na kailangan accredited yung project engineers natin. At least, if the project is with 100 million below, at least provisional engineer, o pwede pa baba yung sa project requirements. Yes. At least, yan po. Yan po ang we are requiring your project engineers to be duly accredited by the DPWH. So yan po. And ang kailangan lang po namin na proof kahit na wala po yan kasi madaming yung mga contractor na sabi nila wala pa din mga certificate ng mga project engineers kasi kakatake pa lang din ng iba. So, I guess the DEO would suffice, yung the DEO that contains the name of your project engineer. So, okay na yun para as a proof na accredited talaga yung engineer. So, that's okay.
Thank you, Head of the Technical Working Group, for emphasizing those requirements. So, I think clearly more documents to be submitted by the bidders. And,
yung kwan pala pati yung sa attachments ng kwan natin ng yung sa mga lease equipment, lease of contractors with your equipment. So documents that supports your attached major equipment should be valid. It means dapat updated lahat. So especially with our fast-moving vehicles like yung mga dump trucks natin, lahat yung mga may LTO registration, it should be updated. Nire-require na po namin yan. So, that's it.
Thank you, sir. So yun nga, as emphasized by our technical working group head, or back to the PWG head, Engineer Rapid Kamamo, yun po yung mga requirements natin, no? Na nire-require. And upon purchase of building documents, meron po tayong checklist doon na susundan, no? And please be aware of those forms, yung mga general conditions of the contract, yung mga pay data sheets, mga invitations to bid, mga all necessary information po na nakalagay sa ating building documents should be followed, no? Yung ating pong mga evaluators are strict po sila sa pagtingin ng mga documents, sa pag-comply po niyo ng yung mga documents na submit as part of your bid. So make sure po na thoroughly check po ninyo, na-sign, updated yung mga attachments, and yung mga format ay napapollow. So yun yung mga reminders natin. No? Next, in our agenda, we will be having our criteria and the procedure for eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification and award to be discussed over by our members of the Back Secretariat, Sir Alan and Fran, sir.
Thank you, Sir Frank, and good morning, everyone. So, our next agenda is the criteria and procedure for eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification, and so it is assumed na pamilya na lang po siguro lahat ng bidder, ng prospective bidders natin about dito sa CWA. So yung eligibility check po natin ay bali electronic po yan. Yan po ay piniperform ng system na tinatawag na CWA o the Civil Works Application. So bago po tayo mag-eligibility processing, nagkakanda po tayo ng contract profiling. Dito sa contract profiling, dito po natin ini-input yung mga basic contract data for each contract ID to be bid. So bali yung eligibility po namin ng CWA is individual. So ibig sabihin per contract ID. So during profiling, in-input po natin yung pinaka-important sa lahat is yung contract ID, and then the contract name, the ABC, the major work category, the duration of the contract, and so on. Ito po yung bali ang basihan ng system natin to determine whether the bidder for a particular contract ID is eligible or ineligible. So bali po yung electronic eligibility check po natin ay kinakanda po natin simultaneously with the opening of bids. Habang po yung mga back members ay nag-open ng technical proposals of the bidders, tayo naman po ay nag-conduct ng electronic eligibility processing sa CWA. Yun lamang pong mga bidders na nakabili at nag-drop ng nilang bid envelope for particular contract ID ay siya lamang po makakasama sa electronic eligibility processing. So kahit po nakabili kayo ng bid documents, kung hindi naman kayo nakasabit o nakadrop ng inyong bid envelope ay hindi po yung makakasama sa eligibility processing. So, in order to be an eligible bidder, the bidder should pass the electronic eligibility and the technical and financial envelope must be complying against the corresponding checklist. So, yung back po natin ay gumagamit ng non-discretionary pass-fail criteria. So, ito po yung presence or absence of documents based dun po sa checklist. So, para maging eligible bidder kayo, kailangan yung ipasa yung dalawang eligibility check o yung magiging compliant, yung inyong technical and financial proposal based doon po sa checklist. So, sa case naman po ng mga motion for reconsideration or request for reconsideration, pagka po yung ito ba found that the said motion is meritorious, So, nagsasubmit po tayo ng request for unlocking sa CWA Central Office. Ina-attach po natin yung mga documents na kinakailangan doon sa unlocking. And then si CWA Central Office ay i-evaluate niya po yung ating request for unlocking. Kapag ka po na grant yung request natin ay ini-inform po nila tayo through text or Viber na yung ating request ay granted na, and nag-a-advise po sila na pwede na tayo mag-rerun ng eligibility check din po sa concern na bidder. So pagka na-rerun na po natin yun, in-expect po natin na yung bidder na previously ineligible ay magiging eligible po. So yun po yung pagka na-grant yun yung motion. So after opening and reading of all the technical and financial proposals of the bidders for contract register to be bid, preliminary investigation of submitted bids will follow. So kung makapansin po natin during opening of bids outrightly, ay mag-determine po agad natin yung lowest bidder. Siyempre si lowest bidder, siya po yung pinakamababa ang bid. Pero during opening of bids, kung kayo po yung lowest bidder ay hindi po yung guarantee na sa inyo po ma-award yung contract. Kasi si DPWH ay magkakandak ng detailed bid evaluation to determine the lowest calculated bidder. Tapos pagka po mayroon ng lowest calculated bidder, hindi pa rin po again yung sapat para sa inyo po ma-award yung contract. Kasi po, yung lowest calculated bidder ay mag-undergo po ng post-qualification. Pagka po si lowest calculated bidder ay nakapasa doon sa post-qualification, so automatic magiging lowest calculated bidder siya. Pero pagka naman po na-disqualified po siya doon sa post-qualification, so si DWG po ay automatic magkakanda po ng post-qualification sa second lowest calculated bidder. Until such time po na ma-determine yung lowest calculated responsive bid. So pagka meron po tayong lowest calculated responsive bid, back resolution will be issued recommending award to the lowest calculated responsive bid. So mag-aaroon po tayo ng award to be approved by the head of the procuring entity. So bali yun po yung brief description ng ating eligibility check and bid evaluation hanggang po dun sa award. So kung meron po kayong mga concern or queries, please feel free to approach the back of this office and we will try our best na ma-address po yung inyong concern. So, yan lamang po, and good morning everyone. Sir Frank, thank you.
Thank you, Sir Alan. So far as web check sa ating live stream, wala pong mga katanungan. Once again, encourage na magtanong po yung ating mga prospective bidders, no? O sino may mag-view ng ating live stream. But then, pag hindi nyo po magawa dito sa ating live stream, pwede na namin i-acknowledge yung mga tanong ninyo pag sulat po kayo sa aming mga queries. Or your personal appearance will be acknowledged also. So next on our agenda is the question comments from bidders, which we have just checked for that. So ang other matters natin, proceed tayo. So we will have a recap of the activity ng ating scheduled activities for these contract IDs, pre-Civil Works project. So the bid documents has been available since October 25 from the date of posting and until the deadline of dropping of bids, which will be on November 19, 2024 at 10 a.m. So, available for download po yan, yung ating bidding documents sa ating website, DPWH website, and also sa PhilJobs website. Yun po bidding documents are prescribed by the GPB. All you have to do is fill in yung mga required data, and please follow yung mga nasa bid detail sheet natin, sa invitation to bid, yung mga general condition of contract na requirements, special condition of contracts na requirement, instruction to bidders. So please do take note po doon in alignment po kasi sa bagong mga issuances. So nagkaroon po yung slight change as previous years, no? Yung DEO 148, yung DEO 11, yung materials testing equipment na requirements, and yung ating experience, no? Make sure po na complete attachments at yung super yung ating mga equipments and manpower. So our deadline for dropping of bids is on November 19, 2024, and also the dropping of bids will be simultaneously conducted after the deadline of dropping of bids, which will be on November 19 pa din at 10 a.m. here po sa ating conference room. And reminder sa atin is ating requirements ng ISO formatting, yung set documents, yung ating pong bidding documents is naka-format po yan sa A4 size. And we prefer po na kung ibabayin ninyo, softline na po. Para naman po na for second career bids, lagyan po nyo ng pagination numbers and naka-fix po per page yung sign ninyo. That would be make it na would be that yung mark namin na katandaan na kumbaga is na check po ninyo yung documents ninyo page per page. Kaya make sure po ninyo na na-sign po yung per page na documents ninyo. And upon during the purchase of bidding documents, make sure po yung bibili po is yung kung kayo po yung may-ari, bring valid IDs and your company profile para malaman po namin kayo na kung i-system ba kayo sa system namin. And also we'll have our initial check ng mga documents na i-present ninyo kung valid po ba yun on our part para pa ma-alis namin yung intent na. If during drafting naman, ganun din, if the owner, valid ID pa din, dadalhin. But kung yung authorized liaison, yun nga, yung owner tsaka authorized liaison, yung limit natin na directly pag nagpresent ng valid IDs, mga company properly represent, karoon namin konting validation, tapos kung ma-validate namin na okay kayo, we will allow you to purchase. But if magkakaroon kayo ng for the owners, no? Pag meron na kayong pinadala na tao na bibili ng bidding documents tapos hindi po sila part ng firm ninyo, hindi na po namin ina-allow. Ang ina-allow po namin is yung personnel na directly connected sa inyo. Like for example, your secretaries, part of your organizational chart, sila po yung i-allow namin, no? Na inyo pong ipapadala. But may requirement pa din is magbibigay po kayo kung papadalhan nyo ng special power of attorney yung authorized person ninyo na pupunta dito with their valid IDs and credentials showing also na part po siya ng company ninyo. So yun po yung requirements natin. Pwede na kayong bumili until the deadline of drafting of bids. And I would suggest, no, kasi nasa malayo kami, nasa Lipak po kami, kung gusto nyo pong bumili, during the drafting of bids, na po kayo magbayad, or as early as kaya ninyo, punta kayo dito sa amin for one-time transaction, bili and draft. But then kung bibili pa na kayo, nagkukuha ng dito sa prepare pa, we suggest na mag-download na lang po muna kayo sa PhilGems o sa DPWH website, saka po kayo pumunta dito for magbayad and to draft ng diretso para hindi makasave po kayo ng time at saka yung hindi ko mahirapan na balik-balik, no? One-time drafting and purchase na kung gagawin. So, yun po yung sinasuggest namin. So, meron ba other reminders, Sir Alan?
Sir Frank, another reminder po dun sa mga prospective videos po natin na please kindly update po yung eligibility documents nila sa central office para po maiwasan po natin yung delay sa ating opening at saka yung procurement process po natin. Salamat po, Sir Frank.
Thank you, Sir Alan. So, yun. Tama po sa akin sabi ni Sir Alan, yung ating eligibility requirements, make sure po talaga updated dun sa CWA. And pag hindi naman magawang update sa CWA, make sure po na-attach po niyo sa inyong bid yung mga updated documents ninyo. Again, these procurement projects are being purchased under the procurement activities. Ibig sabihin, yung project po na ito is listed under the National Expenditure Program for 2025. Subject for approval po ito na which will be released through GEA, no? Ito po pinapemphasize sa amin ni Director Maria Victoria Escrigorio na pag nag-early procurement po kami, emphasis po namin sa inyo na we are conducting this through early procurement activities para ma-aware po kayo sa mga possibilities na mga projects na pinapurchase under early procurement activities. So, yun po. I guess, pupunta na tayo sa ating next na agenda, which is the summary of proceedings. Ay, sir, baka yung number, sir, General na po reminders. So, we'll proceed na sa ating next agenda, the summary of proceedings, including bid bulletins to be issued, to be discussed to us by one of our members of the support staff, Ma'am Rosalie F.M. Ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Once again, good morning to everyone. This pre-bid for 3 civil works project was conducted by the BAC chairperson, Assistant District Engineer Levy Di Trabado, at 10 a.m. in the morning. And for the review of requirements of bidding documents, the plans was discussed by the planning engineer Sarah Jane Makasindi. For the review of documents to be submitted by the bidders, the technical and financial components of the bid was discussed by Mr. Lorizo and Engineer Kimama. For the explanation of criteria for eligibility screening, preliminary examination of bids, evaluation of bids, and cost qualification was discussed by Mr. Alan Freno. And for the questions and comments, we have received none. And for the other matters, it was discussed by Mr. Lorizo and Mr. Freno. And for this, sir, wala po tayong mga supplemental bids para sa mga projects. Thank you.
I would like to give the floor to our faculty member for the closing of this activity, sir. Okay. So, I think we have concluded we have reached the conclusion of this pre-bid conference. Would like to thank everyone for coming sa ating pre-bid conference, and thank you and